America's small towns hide some of the most chilling ghost stories and mysterious legends. Behind quiet streets and old buildings are restless spirits, haunted hotels, abandoned mines, and eerie forests. These towns may look peaceful, but many locals and visitors report strange sounds, ghostly figures, and unexplained paranormal activity. Now we will visit the most haunted small towns in America. Number 1. St. Augustine, Florida. St. Augustine, Florida, is known as one of the most haunted small towns in America, filled with centuries of ghostly stories and dark history. As the oldest city in the United States, its narrow streets, ancient forts, and old Spanish buildings hold memories of wars, shipwrecks, and tragic deaths. Many people believe the spirits of soldiers, sailors, and early settlers still walk the town at night. One of the most famous haunted places is the Castillo di San Marcos, where visitors report seeing shadowy figures and hearing footsteps on the old stone floors. Some say the ghost of a soldier still guards the fort. The St. Augustine Lighthouse is another terrifying hotspot. Keepers and their families who died there are said to appear on the stairs, while visitors hear cries, whispers, and heavy footsteps when no one is around. The old Huguenot cemetery is known for spirits roaming among the graves, especially the ghost of a little girl seen wearing a white dress. In the historic district, people often witness ghostly women looking out from upstairs windows or walking through old inns. With its long, troubled past and countless paranormal encounters, St. Augustine remains one of America's most mysterious and haunted towns. Number 2. Salem, Massachusetts. Salem, Massachusetts, is often called the most haunted small town in America, known for its dark and tragic past. The infamous Salem witch trials of 1692, where innocent people were accused of witchcraft and executed, left a deep scar on the town. Many believe the fear, suffering, and injustice of that time created powerful spiritual energy that still lingers today. One of the most haunted places is the old Burying Point Cemetery, where victims of the trials are said to roam at night. Visitors report cold touches, strange lights, and shadows moving between the old gravestones. The nearby witch house, once home to Judge Jonathan Corwin, is believed to hold the restless spirits of those he sentenced. People hear whispers, footsteps, and feel sudden chills inside the rooms. The Hawthorne Hotel is another paranormal hotspot. Guests have seen apparitions in hallways, heard knocking on doors when no one is there, and felt unseen hands brushing past them. Some rooms are known for lights turning on by themselves. Salem's old streets are filled with tales of ghostly women dressed in old clothing, disappearing around corners or standing silently near historic homes. Number 3. Eureka Springs, Arkansas. Eureka Springs, Arkansas is one of America's most haunted small towns, known for its Victorian architecture, winding streets, and dark, mysterious history. Founded in the late 1800s as a spa town, it quickly became a place of both beauty and tragedy. Many of its old hotels, homes, and springs are believed to be haunted by restless spirits from the past. The most famous haunted location is the Crescent Hotel, often called America's most haunted hotel. Guests and staff have reported ghostly apparitions, strange noises, doors opening on their own, and mysterious footsteps echoing through empty halls. Some even see shadowy figures of former patients from the hotel's time as a sanitarium. Visitors claim to feel cold touches and sudden chills in rooms with no apparent source. The Eureka Springs Cemetery is also known for paranormal activity. Locals have reported seeing ghostly figures walking among the graves at night, as well as strange lights and eerie whispers. Some believe the spirits of miners and early settlers linger near the old streets and hidden staircases. Eureka Springs' combination of tragic history, abandoned sites, and Victorian charm makes it a hotspot for ghost hunters. From haunted hotels to shadowy streets, this town continues to fascinate those seeking paranormal encounters, earning its reputation as one of the most haunted small towns in America. Number 4. Jerome, Arizona. Jerome, Arizona, is one of America's most haunted small towns, perched high on Cleopatra Hill. Once a thriving mining town, Jerome's history is filled with greed, tragedy, and violent deaths, leaving restless spirits behind. Its abandoned buildings, crumbling streets, and old saloons make it a perfect place for paranormal activity. The Jerome Grand Hotel, formerly a hospital, is the town's most famous haunted site. Guests and staff report seeing shadowy figures, hearing strange voices, and feeling sudden cold drafts. Some claim to have seen the spirits of former patients wandering the halls at night. Doors open and close on their own, and unseen hands seem to touch visitors unexpectedly. The town's old bakeries, saloons, and mining buildings also hold ghost stories. Many people have witnessed apparitions of miners who died in accidents, wandering the streets or standing silently by old windows. The Gold King mine nearby is said to be cursed, with strange noises, shadowy figures, and mysterious lights appearing after dark. Jerome's combination of historic charm and tragic past makes it a hotspot for ghost hunters and paranormal enthusiasts. With its haunted hotels, abandoned buildings, and restless spirits, Jerome continues to capture the imagination of those seeking America's most haunted small towns, offering eerie experiences that visitors never forget. Number 5. Bisbee, Arizona. Bisbee, Arizona, is one of America's most haunted small towns, known for its historic copper mines, Victorian buildings, and winding streets. Founded in the late 1800s as a mining town, Bisbee has a long history of tragedy, accidents, and hardship, leaving restless spirits behind. Its old hotels, theaters, and underground tunnels are filled with ghost stories. The Copper Queen Hotel, Bisbee's most famous haunted location, has hosted countless paranormal experiences. Guests report seeing shadowy figures in hallways, hearing doors open and close on their own, and hearing whispers when no one is around. Some even see the ghost of a woman in Victorian clothing wandering the old ballrooms. Cold spots, sudden chills, and unexplained noises are common experiences in the hotel's historic rooms. Bisbee's old mines and underground tunnels are also known for hauntings. Many miners died in accidents, and locals claim their spirits still linger, creating strange sounds and flickering lights deep underground. Visitors have reported ghostly apparitions walking through the narrow streets at night, as well as shadowy figures appearing in historic homes. The Bisbee Mining and Historical Museum and old theaters have their own legends, with restless spirits often felt by curious tourists. With its haunted hotels, mines, and historic charm, Bisbee remains one of the most mysterious and haunted small towns in America, drawing ghost hunters from all over. Number 6. Bodie, California. Bodie, California, is one of America's most haunted small towns, famously known as a preserved ghost town in the eastern Sierra Nevada. Once a booming gold mining town in the late 1800s, Bodie experienced wealth, crime, and tragedy before being abandoned, leaving behind empty streets and decaying buildings haunted by restless spirits. The Bodie Historic State Park preserves many old homes, saloons, and stores where visitors report eerie experiences. People have seen shadowy figures moving behind broken windows or walking along the deserted streets. Some hear mysterious footsteps echoing through empty buildings, doors creaking open by themselves, and whispers in the wind. The Bodie Hotel is particularly haunted, with visitors claiming to see ghostly miners and former residents still wandering the hallways. Cold spots, sudden chills, and strange noises are common, making the hotel a hotspot for paranormal investigators. Bodie's old jail, churches, and general stores are also full of ghost stories. Some say the spirits of miners who died in accidents or due to violence still linger, replaying their final moments. The town's isolated location adds to its eerie atmosphere, especially at night when silence dominates. With its abandoned streets, tragic history, and countless paranormal reports, Bodie remains one of America's most haunted small towns, offering visitors a chilling glimpse into the past and the restless spirits that never left. Number 7. Virginia City, Nevada. Virginia City, Nevada is one of America's most haunted small towns, famous for its Wild West history, silver mines, and lawless past. Once a booming mining town in the 1800s, it was filled with gunfights, saloons, and tragic deaths, leaving behind restless spirits that still roam the streets and historic buildings today. The Silver Queen Hotel is one of Virginia City's most haunted locations. Guests and staff report hearing footsteps in empty hallways, seeing shadowy figures, and experiencing doors opening or slamming by themselves. Some have seen apparitions of old miners or mysterious women in Victorian dresses wandering the halls at night. The old saloons and theaters are filled with paranormal activity. People claim to hear gunshots, laughter, and conversations from the past, even when the buildings are empty. The Chaleur mine nearby is also believed to be haunted, with miners' spirits reportedly appearing as ghostly figures or glowing lights in the dark tunnels. Virginia City's historic streets and wooden sidewalks are home to countless ghost stories. Tourists often report seeing shadowy figures in windows, feeling cold touches, or hearing unexplained voices. With its Wild West charm, tragic history, and numerous paranormal encounters, Virginia City remains one of America's most haunted small towns, drawing ghost hunters and curious visitors who hope to experience its restless spirits and eerie past firsthand. Number 8. Deadwood, South Dakota. Deadwood, South Dakota is one of America's most haunted small towns, famous for its Wild West history, gold rush legacy, and lawless past. Founded in the late 1800s, Deadwood was home to outlaws, gamblers, and saloon owners, many of whom died violent deaths, leaving behind restless spirits that still haunt the town today. The historic Bullock Hotel is one of Deadwood's most haunted locations. Guests have reported shadowy figures roaming the hallways, doors opening and closing by themselves, and sudden cold spots in rooms where no one is present. Some claim to see apparitions of old miners and gamblers, replaying scenes from the town's wild past. The town's old saloons, theaters, and cemeteries are also filled with paranormal activity. Visitors often hear ghostly footsteps, whispers, and laughter echoing through empty buildings. The Mount Moriah Cemetery, where Wild Bill Hickok and Calamity Jane are buried, is said to be haunted, with strange lights, ghostly figures, and eerie sounds reported at night. Deadwood's historic streets, wooden sidewalks, and abandoned buildings hold countless ghost stories. Tourists often see shadowy figures in windows or hear voices with no source. With its violent past, haunted hotels, and restless spirits, Deadwood remains one of America's most haunted small towns, attracting ghost hunters and visitors eager to experience its eerie atmosphere and mysterious history firsthand. Number 9. Fall River, Massachusetts. Fall River, Massachusetts, is one of America's most haunted small towns, steeped in dark history and chilling ghost stories. Famous for the Lizzie Borden murders of 1892, the town has long been associated with tragedy, violence, and restless spirits. Its historic homes, mills, and old streets are said to be haunted by those who suffered untimely deaths. The Lizzie Borden house is the town's most infamous haunted location. Visitors report hearing footsteps, seeing shadowy figures, and feeling cold spots in rooms where the infamous murders occurred. Some have claimed to see the ghost of Lizzie herself or the spirits of her victims wandering the halls at night. Fall River's historic mills and factories are also haunted. Many workers died in accidents during the town's industrial past, and locals say their spirits linger, creating strange noises, moving objects, and mysterious shadows. The Oak Grove Cemetery is another hotspot, with reports of ghostly figures, glowing lights, and whispers among the graves. Even the old streets of Fall River hold paranormal activity. Residents and tourists have seen apparitions in windows, heard cries in empty alleys, and felt sudden chills without explanation. With its tragic history, haunted homes, and restless spirits, Fall River remains one of America's most eerie and haunted small towns, attracting ghost hunters and curious visitors eager to experience its dark and mysterious past. Number 10. Portsmouth, New Hampshire. Portsmouth, New Hampshire, is one of America's most haunted small towns, filled with centuries of history, tragedy, and restless spirits. As one of the oldest towns in New England, Portsmouth's cobblestone streets, historic homes, and old shipyards are said to be haunted by sailors, settlers, and tragic figures from the past. The Wentworth Gardner House is one of the town's most haunted locations. Visitors report hearing footsteps, whispers, and mysterious voices in empty rooms. Some claim to have seen shadowy figures gliding through the halls or appearing in mirrors. Cold spots and sudden chills are common, even in summer months. The Portsmouth Harbor Lighthouse is another hotspot. People have reported seeing ghostly figures walking along the shoreline, hearing unexplained knocks and footsteps, and seeing lights flicker when no one is there. The lighthouse is believed to be haunted by sailors who perished at sea or during storms. Historic inns and taverns, like the Rockingham House, also have haunted reputations. Guests have seen apparitions of colonial-era residents, heard voices in empty hallways, and experienced objects moving on their own. With its maritime history, colonial architecture, and countless paranormal encounters, Portsmouth remains one of America's most haunted small towns. From haunted lighthouses to ghostly streets, the town offers chilling experiences for visitors seeking a glimpse into its restless and mysterious past. Number 11. St. Charles, Missouri. St. Charles, Missouri is one of America's most haunted small towns, known for its historic streets, colonial buildings, and mysterious past. As the first capital of Missouri, the town has seen centuries of growth, tragedies, and unexplained events, leaving behind restless spirits that continue to wander its streets and old homes. The Old Town Historic District is a hub of paranormal activity. Visitors often report hearing footsteps on empty streets, ghostly whispers, and shadowy figures appearing in shop windows at night. Some have seen spirits of former residents dressed in 19th century clothing, silently walking along the cobblestone streets. The First Missouri State Capitol building is another haunted site. People have claimed to feel sudden chills, hear unexplained voices, and see apparitions of politicians or early settlers who once worked there. Strange lights and phantom footsteps are often reported in the hallways, even when the building is empty. Local inns and historic homes also have chilling stories. Guests have reported shadow figures in hallways, doors opening on their own, and sudden cold spots in rooms with no apparent source. With its rich history, old architecture, and countless paranormal encounters, St. Charles remains one of America's most haunted small towns. From haunted streets to eerie historic buildings, the town draws ghost hunters and curious visitors eager to experience its dark and mysterious past. Number 12. Atchison, Kansas. Atchison, Kansas is one of America's most haunted small towns, steeped in history, mystery, and ghostly legends. Founded in the mid-1800s along the Missouri River, Atchison is known for its historic homes, old churches, and abandoned buildings, many of which are believed to be haunted by restless spirits. One of the town's most famous haunted locations is the Atchison Historic District, where visitors report seeing shadowy figures walking the streets at night. Some claim to hear whispers, footsteps, and mysterious laughter in empty buildings. The old architecture seems to hold echoes of the past, with spirits of early settlers, merchants, and children reportedly still roaming the area. The St. Benedict's Abbey and surrounding cemetery are known for paranormal activity. People have felt sudden cold drafts, seen ghostly apparitions, and heard unexplained voices among the graves. Local legends speak of spirits who never left the town, lingering after tragic deaths or accidents. Historic inns and private homes in Atchison also have eerie stories. Guests have experienced doors opening by themselves, lights flickering, and strange shadows appearing in hallways. With its rich history, abandoned buildings, and numerous ghostly encounters, Atchison remains one of America's most haunted small towns. From shadowy streets to haunted cemeteries, the town draws paranormal enthusiasts and curious visitors hoping to experience its chilling and mysterious past firsthand. Number 13. San Elizario. San Elizario, Texas, is one of America's most haunted small towns, with a long history of battles, tragedies, and mysterious events. Founded in the 18th century near the Rio Grande, this town has seen wars, disease, and unrest, leaving behind restless spirits that still linger in its historic streets, old missions, and abandoned buildings. The San Elizario Chapel is one of the town's most haunted locations. Visitors have reported hearing strange chanting, footsteps echoing in empty halls, and doors opening on their own. Some claim to see shadowy figures of old priests or townspeople wandering silently, as if performing ancient rituals. The old San Elizario jail holds dark energy from violent criminals and lawless residents of the past. Guests have felt cold touches, heard chains rattling, and seen ghostly figures pacing the cells. Many believe the spirits of prisoners who died in captivity never left. The San Elizario Cemetery is another hotspot for paranormal activity. Locals report seeing glowing orbs, shadowy figures walking among the graves, and hearing whispers in the night. The spirits of soldiers, settlers, and early residents are said to appear to visitors, especially during foggy evenings. With its centuries-old missions, haunted jail, and eerie cemetery, San Elizario remains one of America's most haunted small towns, attracting ghost hunters and curious visitors seeking chilling encounters with restless spirits. Number 14. Waynesville, Ohio. Waynesville, Ohio, is one of America's most haunted small towns, filled with centuries of history, mysterious events, and restless spirits. Known for its charming streets, historic buildings, and old inns, the town has a long past of tragedy, strange happenings, and paranormal activity that continues to intrigue locals and visitors alike. The Waynesville Historical Museum is one of the town's most haunted sites. Guests report hearing unexplained footsteps, whispers, and voices when no one is nearby. Some have seen shadowy figures moving between the exhibits, believed to be spirits of early settlers who once lived in the area. The Waynesville Inn also holds dark secrets. Visitors have experienced cold drafts, doors opening on their own, and the feeling of being watched. Several guests claim to have seen ghostly apparitions of long-deceased patrons or staff wandering the halls, especially in the old rooms above the inn. The town cemetery is another hotspot for paranormal activity. Many report seeing glowing lights, shadow figures, and mysterious shapes among the gravestones, particularly at night. Local legends say the spirits of soldiers, pioneers, and early townsfolk linger, unable to leave their resting place. With its historic charm, haunted inn, museum, and cemetery, Waynesville remains one of America's most haunted small towns. Its streets and buildings continue to draw ghost hunters and curious visitors seeking encounters with its restless spirits and eerie past. Number 15. Bremerton, Washington. Bremerton, Washington is one of America's most haunted small towns with a long history of naval activity, shipbuilding, and mysterious events. Its waterfront, historic buildings, and old naval facilities are said to be haunted by restless spirits of sailors, workers, and residents who lived and died in the town over the centuries. The Puget Sound Naval Shipyard is one of Bremerton's most haunted locations. Workers and visitors report hearing unexplained footsteps echoing through empty corridors, doors slamming on their own, and shadowy figures appearing in restricted areas. Many believe these are the spirits of sailors who died in accidents or during service. The old Bremerton Hospital is another paranormal hotspot. People have reported strange voices, sudden cold drafts, and apparitions of nurses and patients from decades past. Some guests claim to have seen shadowy figures moving through hallways or hospital rooms, as if replaying events from long ago. The Evergreen Cemetery also holds eerie stories. Visitors have seen glowing orbs, shadow figures among the graves, and felt sudden chills in areas with no apparent source. Locals believe the spirits of early settlers and shipyard workers linger, protecting their resting place or wandering the grounds. With its naval history, haunted hospital, shipyard, and cemetery, Bremerton remains one of America's most haunted small towns, drawing ghost hunters and curious visitors eager to explore its mysterious and chilling past. Number 16. Ellicott City. Ellicott City, Maryland is one of America's most haunted small towns, famous for its historic streets, old mills, and centuries of tragic events. Founded in the 18th century, the town has seen floods, fires, and mysterious deaths, leaving behind restless spirits that continue to haunt its cobblestone streets and historic buildings. The Ellicott City Historic District is filled with ghostly activity. Visitors report hearing footsteps in empty alleyways, seeing shadowy figures in shop windows, and feeling sudden cold drafts along the old streets. Some claim to have seen apparitions of long-dead merchants and townspeople wandering silently. The Patapsco Female Institute, a former girls' school, is a major paranormal hotspot. People have reported doors opening by themselves, disembodied voices, and shadowy figures moving through classrooms and hallways. Many believe the spirits of former students still linger, trapped by the school's tragic past. The old Ellicott City Cemetery also holds chilling stories. Visitors have seen ghostly figures walking among the graves, heard whispers calling their names, and felt unexplained touches. Locals say the spirits of early settlers, workers, and flood victims remain restless. With its historic charm, haunted school, cobblestone streets, and eerie cemetery, Ellicott City remains one of America's most haunted small towns, attracting ghost hunters and curious visitors seeking encounters with its restless spirits and mysterious past. Number 17. New Hope, Pennsylvania. New Hope, Pennsylvania is one of America's most haunted small towns, known for its historic charm, winding streets, and dark past. Founded along the Delaware River, the town has seen centuries of tragedy, mysterious deaths, and paranormal activity, making it a hotspot for ghost stories and eerie experiences. The Perry Mansion, one of New Hope's most haunted sites, is famous for ghostly sightings. Visitors report seeing shadowy figures in hallways, hearing doors open or close by themselves, and feeling sudden cold drafts. Some claim to see the apparitions of former residents lingering in the rooms at night. The New Hope and Ivyland Railroad is another haunted location. Ghostly passengers and mysterious footsteps are said to appear on the old trains, with unexplained voices and whispers reported by staff and tourists alike. Many believe these spirits are echoes of travelers from the past. The Lambertville-New Hope Bridge area also holds eerie legends. Witnesses report shadowy figures crossing the bridge at night, strange lights over the water, and ghostly cries echoing across the river. Locals believe these spirits are connected to tragic accidents and drownings from long ago. With its haunted mansion, ghostly railroad, and mysterious bridge, New Hope remains one of America's most haunted small towns. Its streets, buildings, and waterfront continue to draw ghost hunters and curious visitors seeking chilling encounters with restless spirits. Number 18. Harper's Ferry, West Virginia. Harper's Ferry, West Virginia, is one of America's most haunted small towns, rich in history, war, and tragedy. Known for its strategic location at the confluence of the Potomac and Shenandoah rivers, the town has witnessed battles, raids, and countless deaths, leaving behind restless spirits that continue to haunt its streets, buildings, and riverbanks. The Harper's Ferry National Historical Park is a hotspot for paranormal activity. Visitors have reported shadowy figures walking among the ruins, unexplained footsteps echoing through empty buildings, and sudden cold drafts. Many believe these are the spirits of soldiers who died during the Civil War and earlier skirmishes. The John Brown Fort is another haunted site. Witnesses claim to see ghostly figures of soldiers and abolitionists, hear whispered conversations, and feel unseen hands touch them while exploring the fort at night. Some visitors have even reported seeing shadowy figures reenacting historic events. The Harper Cemetery is known for strange lights, ghostly apparitions, and whispers in the night. Locals say the spirits of townspeople, soldiers, and raiders remain restless, unable to leave their historic resting places. With its battlefield history, haunted fort, and eerie cemetery, Harper's Ferry remains one of America's most haunted small towns. Tourists and ghost hunters alike are drawn to its mysterious past and chilling paranormal encounters. Number 19. Patchogue, New York. Patchogue, New York, is one of America's most haunted small towns, known for its waterfront views, historic buildings, and long past filled with shipwrecks, fires, and unexplained tragedies. Located on Long Island's South Shore, Patchogue has witnessed centuries of mysterious events, leading many to believe the town is home to several restless spirits. The Patchogue Theater is one of its most haunted places. Staff and visitors report seeing a ghostly figure sitting in the balcony, hearing footsteps on empty stages, and feeling cold drafts during rehearsals. Some believe the spirit belongs to a former performer who never left the theater. The Lily Pond area also carries eerie stories. Locals have seen shadowy figures near the water at night, heard splashes with no source, and witnessed strange glowing lights hovering above the pond. Many claim these are the spirits of those who drowned there long ago. The old shorefront buildings add to Patchogue's paranormal reputation. People report doors opening by themselves, objects moving, and the faint sound of voices in empty rooms. Residents believe former shopkeepers and sailors still haunt these historic structures. With its haunted theater, mysterious pond, and eerie waterfront buildings, Patchogue remains one of America's most haunted small towns, drawing visitors seeking ghostly encounters and chilling stories from its past. Number 20. Galena, Illinois. Galena, Illinois is one of America's most haunted small towns, known for its preserved 19th-century streets, historic mansions, and tales of restless spirits. Once a booming mining town, Galena witnessed accidents, sudden deaths, and tragedies that left behind energy many believe still lingers in its buildings, hills, and winding roads. The DeSoto House Hotel is the town's most famous haunted spot. Guests report hearing footsteps in empty hallways, seeing shadowy figures near staircases, and waking to whispers in their rooms. Some believe these spirits are former guests and workers who experienced tragic moments during the hotel's early years. The Galena Brewing District has its own eerie legends. Workers have heard the sound of old machinery turning on by itself, even though it has not operated for decades. People also report seeing ghostly miners walking through the streets at night, appearing and disappearing without a trace. The Dowling House, one of Galena's oldest buildings, is another paranormal hotspot. Visitors have seen apparitions in the windows, heard footsteps on upper floors, and felt sudden cold chills. Locals believe spirits of early settlers remain attached to the home. With its haunted hotel, ghostly mining district, and eerie historic homes, Galena stands as one of America's most haunted small towns filled with chilling stories and unforgettable encounters. Number 21. Estes Park, Colorado. Estes Park, Colorado, is one of America's most haunted small towns, surrounded by mountains, forests, and a long history of eerie stories. Known for its beautiful scenery and mysterious past, the town has witnessed tragic accidents, strange sightings, and unexplained events that have fueled countless ghost tales. The Stanley Hotel is Estes Park's most famous haunted location. Guests report hearing piano music in empty rooms, seeing ghostly figures walking down hallways, and feeling hands touch them while they sleep. Some visitors claim to encounter the spirit of a former housekeeper who still cleans rooms long after her death. The Rocky Mountain National Park edges around the town also carry chilling stories. Hikers have seen shadowy figures moving through the trees, heard voices calling their names, and felt sudden cold gusts in warm weather. Many believe these spirits belong to explorers and travelers who disappeared in the mountains. The old Estes Park Lodge is another haunted site. People report objects moving by themselves, doors unlocking without explanation, and ghostly silhouettes appearing near the windows at night. Locals believe past guests who died in accidents remain connected to the lodge. With its haunted hotel, mysterious forests, and eerie lodges, Estes Park stands as one of America's most haunted small towns, where beautiful views hide chilling spirits and unforgettable paranormal encounters. Number 22. Abingdon, Virginia. Abingdon, Virginia is one of America's most haunted small towns, known for its historic buildings, old theaters, and centuries of mysterious stories. Founded in the 1700s, the town has witnessed fires, epidemics, wars, and personal tragedies, leaving behind a trail of restless spirits that many believe still walk its quiet streets. The Barter Theater is Abingdon's most famous haunted site. Actors and staff report seeing a ghostly man in the balcony, hearing footsteps backstage, and feeling cold spots in dressing rooms. Some believe the spirit is a former performer who never left the stage, still watching the shows he once loved. The Martha Washington Inn holds entirely different hauntings. Guests have seen a ghostly woman in a white dress gliding through hallways, heard weeping in empty rooms, and witnessed lights turning on by themselves. Many say the spirit is a former nurse from the Civil War era who still cares for wounded soldiers she once treated. The Sinking Spring Cemetery adds a darker layer of mystery. Visitors report shadowy figures near gravestones, strange glowing orbs, and whispers that seem to come from underground. Locals believe early settlers and Civil War soldiers remain tied to the land. With its haunted theater, ghostly inn, and eerie cemetery, Abingdon stands as one of America's most haunted small towns, filled with chilling stories and unforgettable paranormal encounters. Number 23. Guthrie, Oklahoma. Guthrie, Oklahoma, is one of America's most haunted small towns, known for its grand Victorian buildings, Wild West history, and eerie stories that stretch back to the land run of 1889. Once the state's first capital, Guthrie experienced fires, shootouts, diseases, and sudden deaths, events that many believe left behind spirits still roaming its streets and historic structures. The Stone Lion Inn is Guthrie's most chilling location. Guests report hearing footsteps in empty hallways, the sound of children giggling at night, and beds shaking as if someone unseen is sitting on them. Many believe the inn is haunted by the spirit of a young girl who died there long ago, still wandering the room she once played in. The Guthrie Masonic Temple carries a different type of haunting. Visitors have seen shadowy figures on the staircases, heard whispers echoing through the huge rooms, and felt the presence of unseen watchers. Some say past Masons still linger, protecting the building they once treasured. The Guthrie Victorian District adds even more mystery. People report ghostly women in long dresses walking the sidewalks, doors opening on their own, and music playing from empty houses. Locals claim these spirits are former residents still attached to their elegant homes. With its haunted inn, eerie temple, and ghost-filled historic district, Guthrie stands as one of America's most haunted small towns, rich with unforgettable paranormal encounters. Number 24. Canton, Mississippi. Canton, Mississippi is one of America's most haunted small towns, known for its historic courthouse square, old antebellum homes, and chilling stories passed down for generations. Founded in the 1800s, The town has witnessed war, illness, accidents, and heartbreaking tragedies, events that many believe left behind spirits still wandering Canton's quiet streets and aging buildings. The Madison County Courthouse is one of Canton's most haunted places. Visitors and night workers report hearing footsteps echoing through empty hallways, papers rustling on their own, and shadowy figures appearing near the staircase. Some believe these spirits belong to people who were once tried, sentenced, or wronged inside the courthouse walls. The Ivy Cottage, a charming but eerie historic home, tells a different ghost story. Guests have seen a ghostly woman standing at the upstairs window, heard soft crying late at night, and witnessed rocking chairs moving on their own. Locals say the spirit is a former resident mourning a loved one she lost long ago. The Canton Historic Square is also filled with paranormal activity. Shop owners report objects falling without explanation, doors locking themselves, and faint music drifting through the streets after midnight. Many believe former merchants and townspeople still wander the square, unable to move on. With its haunted courthouse, sorrowful spirits in historic homes, and ghostly activity downtown, Canton remains one of America's most haunted small towns, rich with mystery, legend, and unforgettable supernatural encounters. Number 25. Mineral Wells, Texas. Mineral Wells, Texas, is one of America's most haunted small towns, known for its mysterious mineral water history, healing legends, and dark stories that still echo through its abandoned buildings and dusty streets. Once a booming resort town, it witnessed tragedies, strange deaths, and heartbreaking events that many believe left behind powerful and restless spirits. The Baker Hotel is Mineral Wells' most infamous haunted site. Visitors and ghost hunters report seeing a woman in a red dress roaming the empty hallways, hearing phantom footsteps on the staircases, and smelling sudden bursts of perfume in deserted rooms. Some believe she was a mistress who died tragically in the hotel and still wanders its halls. The Crazy Water Hotel holds entirely different paranormal stories. Guests have experienced flickering lights, voices whispering their names, and shadows drifting across the ballroom. Locals say these spirits may belong to patients who once came seeking healing but never left. The Mineral Wells Haunted Bridge adds even more mystery. People report icy cold spots, ghostly figures appearing on the road, and the sound of footsteps following them in the dark. Many believe this bridge is haunted by victims of accidents and long-forgotten tragedies. With its haunted hotels, eerie bridge, and dark mineral water history, Mineral Wells stands as one of America's most haunted small towns, filled with chilling encounters and unforgettable ghostly tales. Number 26. Henderson, Kentucky. Henderson, Kentucky is one of America's most haunted small towns, known for its riverfront history, quiet neighborhoods, and eerie stories stretching back to the 1800s. Once a bustling trading town along the Ohio River, Henderson witnessed floods, fires, epidemics, and unexplained tragedies, events many believe left behind restless spirits that still linger today. The Henderson Fine Arts Center is one of the town's most haunted locations. Staff members report hearing footsteps on the stage long after closing, seeing shadowy figures in empty seats, and feeling cold gusts sweep through the dressing rooms. Some claim the spirit of a former performer continues to visit the theater, unable to leave the spotlight. The John James Audubon State Park holds a different kind of haunting. Hikers have seen misty figures moving between the trees, heard whispers along the trails, and felt the sensation of being watched. Locals believe these spirits may belong to early settlers or travelers who died in the dense wilderness long ago. The historic riverfront district adds another layer of mystery. Residents report lantern-like lights drifting along the shore, voices calling from the water, and ghostly silhouettes appearing near abandoned warehouses. Many believe these are the spirits of workers and sailors lost to river accidents. With its haunted theater, eerie forest trails, and ghostly riverfront, Henderson stands as one of America's most haunted small towns, filled with chilling stories and unforgettable paranormal encounters. Number 27. Moundsville, West Virginia. Moundsville, West Virginia, is one of America's most haunted small towns, known for its ancient burial mounds, grim prison history, and chilling paranormal legends. The town's past is filled with violence, suffering, and mysterious deaths, creating an atmosphere many believe still holds the energy of those who once lived and died there. The West Virginia Penitentiary is Moundsville's most notorious haunted site. Former guards, visitors, and paranormal investigators report hearing clanging cell doors, echoing screams, and footsteps pacing through empty corridors. Shadowy figures have been seen darting between cells, and many believe the spirits of executed inmates still roam the dark hallways searching for peace. The Grave Creek Mound, one of the oldest burial mounds in North America, carries an entirely different kind of haunting. People have reported glowing lights near the mound at night, mysterious figures standing on top of it, and strange whispers that seem to come from underground. Locals say these are the spirits of ancient tribal members who remain tied to their sacred resting place. The old downtown district adds another layer of eeriness. Shop owners speak of objects moving on their own, cold spots drifting through rooms, and unseen hands touching their shoulders. Many believe former townspeople still linger in the places they once loved. With its haunted prison, ancient mound spirits, and ghost-filled downtown, Moundsville stands as one of America's most haunted small towns. Number 28. Savannah, Tennessee. Savannah, Tennessee is one of America's most haunted small towns, known for its Civil War history, quiet riverfront, and chilling stories that have been passed down for generations. The town witnessed battles, sudden deaths, and heartbreaking tragedies, events that many believe left behind restless spirits still wandering its fields, homes, and historic streets. The Cherry Mansion is Savannah's most haunted landmark. Visitors report seeing a ghostly soldier staring out the upper windows, hearing boots pacing across wooden floors, and feeling cold breezes glide through empty rooms. Some believe the spirit belongs to a wounded officer who died in the mansion during the Battle of Shiloh and never found peace. The Savannah Cemetery holds a different kind of haunting. Locals have seen misty figures drifting between headstones, heard low whispers on windless nights, and felt invisible hands brush against them. Many claim these are the souls of soldiers buried quickly after the battle, still searching for their families. Along the Tennessee River, eerie stories continue. People report seeing lantern lights floating over the water, ghostly silhouettes walking the riverbank, and the sound of someone crying near the shore. These sightings are often linked to residents lost in river accidents long ago. With its haunted mansion, sorrowful cemetery, and ghostly riverfront, Savannah stands as one of America's most haunted small towns, rich with eerie tales and unforgettable supernatural encounters. Number 29. Hannibal, Missouri. Hannibal, Missouri is one of America's most haunted small towns, famous for its historic riverfront, old brick streets, and mysterious past. Known as the boyhood home of Mark Twain, the town has a long history of tragedies, sudden deaths, and eerie events, leaving restless spirits that reportedly still wander its streets and historic buildings. The Mark Twain boyhood home is one of Hannibal's most haunted sites. Visitors have reported shadowy figures moving through the house, doors opening by themselves, and cold drafts in rooms where no one is present. Some believe the spirits of Twain's family members linger, replaying moments from their past lives. The Rockcliffe Mansion carries a different kind of haunting. Guests have seen apparitions of long-deceased residents walking the hallways, heard whispers echoing through empty rooms, and felt sudden chills while exploring the historic home. Many believe these spirits are connected to the mansion's dramatic and sometimes tragic history. The Hannibal Cemetery is another hotspot for paranormal activity. People report glowing orbs, shadowy figures among the gravestones, and mysterious footsteps along the paths. Locals say the spirits of early settlers, river workers, and Civil War soldiers remain restless. With its haunted historic home, eerie mansion, and ghost-filled cemetery, Hannibal stands as one of America's most haunted small towns, drawing ghost hunters and curious visitors seeking chilling encounters with its restless spirits. Number 30. Gettysburg, Pennsylvania. Gettysburg, Pennsylvania is one of America's most haunted small towns, famous for its pivotal Civil War battle and historic streets. The town has witnessed immense tragedy, with thousands of soldiers dying during the Battle of Gettysburg in 1863, leaving behind restless spirits and an atmosphere steeped in eerie history. The Gettysburg battlefield is the town's most haunted location. Visitors and historians report hearing phantom gunfire, marching footsteps, and ghostly cries echoing across the fields. Many have seen shadowy figures of soldiers in uniform, appearing and disappearing among the trees, as if replaying the battle they never survived. The Dobbin House Inn, a historic tavern, carries a different haunting. Guests have experienced doors opening on their own, ghostly figures in period clothing, and cold spots in rooms where no one is present. Some believe the spirits of Revolutionary War soldiers and tavern patrons linger, reliving their final moments. The Evergreen Cemetery adds even more paranormal activity. People report seeing glowing orbs, hearing faint voices, and spotting shadowy figures wandering among the gravestones. Locals claim these are the souls of soldiers and townspeople who perished during wartime and epidemics. With its haunted battlefield, eerie inn, and ghost-filled cemetery, Gettysburg remains one of America's most haunted small towns. Visitors and ghost hunters continue to explore its streets, seeking chilling encounters with the restless spirits of its tragic past.